What happened to Queen Nefertiti, a legendary beauty and powerful ruler, married to King Tut's father, so beloved he made her co-king. But after death, she was erased, her mummy gone.
This is the most famous image of Nefertiti.
Josh Gates, archaeologist and adventurer, was hooked, traveling to Egypt for the Travel Channel's Expedition Unknown to look for answers.
This is a tomb known as KV-35.
The first clue, far from King Tut, a mummy known as the Younger Lady, now in a quiet corner of the Cairo Museum. In 2010, DNA tests proved she was King Tut's mother. Was she a mistress, another wife, or, as Gates and Egyptologist Aidan Dodson suspect, the missing Nefertiti?
Is it possible that the mummy of Nefertiti is actually sitting under glass in a museum right now?
I think it may be probable.
They used high-tech imaging to scan the Younger Lady's head for the first time, creating an exact replica, the basis for a forensic reconstruction.
This rather sad, mutilated face you can't really visualize as a living, breathing woman.
It's very hard to see people in the past. It's even harder to see women because they're so often framed by men. So this is an opportunity to see a real woman, a real powerful woman from history brought back to life.
Enter Elizabeth Danes, the artist behind this reconstruction of King Tut, and now his mother. She says her toughest job yet, building a face with covered eyes, a missing jaw. 3 months later, the Younger Lady has a face.
I'm dying to meet her.
To be able to come face to face with a living woman will be absolutely thrilling.
A face just maybe to help solve an ancient mystery of the legendary, extraordinary Nefertiti. For today, Kelly Kobiella, NBC News, Paris.
And Josh is with us now, along with his little friend here.
Yes.
What was the inspiration for doing this?
You know, Nefertiti is, I think, sadly remembered as the most beautiful woman of the ancient world. But in fact, she was a really substantial leader. This is a woman who was a pharaoh. And I think that it's time to identify her, to figure out who she really was. We know her from this famous bust in Berlin that everyone sort of remembers her from. But that's a kind of idealized image. And so we wanted to look at this mummy in the Egyptian Museum and say, could this be the real Nefertiti?
All right, so we're going to reveal it, but this is 3D imaging. You think this is spot on?
This is spot on. This was a 3D image of the mummy's head was done. It was then given to a forensics team and an incredible world-class reconstruction artist. So this is very accurate.
All right, here it comes. We're going to do the big reveal.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
We're gonna knock it
2,
over.
3.
Okay.
And there she is.
Wow.
Wow, that's intense.
Wow.
Isn't she amazing?
Yes.
She really is.
So how do you reconstruct? And how accurate do you think this is?
I think it's extremely accurate to the mummy. The forensics artists are able to do an extremely good job at looking at the tissue, depth, determining muscle, and all of that. And so what we're looking at here for sure is King Tut's mother. We know genetically that this mummy is King Tut's mother.
We don't know if Nefertiti
That's
is
right.
Tut's
We know
mother.
that we know that Tut's father was Akhenaten, who was married to Nefertiti. So it's a good bet. And the really encouraging thing for me is that when you look at the known ancient images of Nefertiti that we have, like the Berlin bust, there are amazing similarities here.
I was going to say, look, a lot of people get those necklaces with that side view.
Right.
They sell them everywhere in Cairo, and it looks spot on.
But what's amazing really is that the Berlin bust is this kind of idealized image. It's the sort of ancient Photoshop, right? This is a real woman. And when we look at this reconstructed bust, what we see here is someone who is substantial, and someone whose mummy was really cast off, and now we can really see her restored, have her dignity restored in a way.
That was cool.
Incredible
Josh, thank you.
artistry, and it obviously an archaeological feat as well, but it's really cool, Josh. Thank you.
We're going to find more about this on Expedition Unknown. It's Wednesday night on the Travel Channel. Thanks, son.